Bortle here at the YCS Pasadena event with, whoa, man, oh my goodness.
Oh my God, whoa.
Okay, introduce yourself for those that don't know you.
What's going on, guys? It's BladeYGO. So we're here, YCS Pasadena. I'll show my deck in a second, but I'm very depressed because I got X-2, which is a topping record, by the way. So if my tiebreakers weren't so ass, I would have like topped the event. But
what place did you finish?
I finished 36, which, so there was me as an X2 and there was one other X2 at the bottom. I was like the second to last X2, so it was really depressing how bad my tiebreakers were, but we're not gonna talk about that. Okay. So, anyways.
What deck do you use, man?
Best deck. I mean, not really, it's not the best deck, but we're playing Safer Thunder.
Ooh.
Oh man, so I guess I'll explain why I played it. I hate Orcust. I don't like playing the mirror match. So I'm just like, okay, I guess we'll just play a fun deck. I mean, this deck's like really fun for me. So I played Safer Thunder. It was really fun all weekend. I sacked a ton of people though, I'm gonna be honest. My list wasn't the most optimal thing, but it was all right. That's what you do with combo. You combo and then pray. And yeah, I almost topped 4 places off, but it happens. So here we are. All right. So getting right into, should we do shout outs first? We can do it after. Okay, so 3 Draconet. Shout out to Jesus, because I was playing Aloof Lupine at first instead of this, and then yesterday's like, play Draconet. It's a 1-card combo. If it goes unresolved, you win the game. And I'm like, but it's never gonna resolve. But I resolved it quite a few times. It was pretty hot. So I'm not mad about playing 3 Draconet. And then so some people are gonna question this because the deck's literally called Safer Thunder, but I play 2 Safer. So here's the logic behind this. So basically, the reason you play 3 Draconet 2 Safer, first off, you never need the 3rd Safer. If you need the 3rd Safer in the grind game, I don't know what the heck you're doing. So you only need 2 of it, and then I didn't want to play 6 normal summons because then that gets more cloggy, so I'd rather just play 5 normal summons and not draw as cloggy hands. So this worked out fine. Safer was pretty hot, like all weekend, obviously. I mean, it's the reason the deck's good again. And then obviously went in black. Because yeah, Thunders, this is standard, and then 1 and 1. So I just felt like this was good. I never missed them. It worked out perfectly fine. It was just a perfect ratio. And then 2 Nessie, 2 Jack, 2 Snake, and then I play 2 Moth, but I don't play Bigfoot. So first off, let me just address the elephant in the room. Bigfoot sucks. Like, okay, so I understand it can out cards in niche scenarios, but if you snipe it, it's really ass. Like, I want a consistent deck, and like I've never missed Bigfoot all weekend. I'm totally fine with this ratio. This was super consistent, very clean. But for another extender, we have 3 Luna the Dark Spirit. So I don't play Solar in this deck. Traditionally, the combo is you summon Solar effects, send Roar, and then summon Dark Spirit, and then you have full combo. But the reason I played this card, it was either like this or Vishuda or something, but I chose to play this because first off, you can summon this at any point rather than a card like, I mean, I've bricked on this once or twice, but you can summon this at any point comparatively to something like Vishuda, where if you draw it later, it sucks, but it also is very good because it banishes a dark, which means if you're banishing a dark, guess what's a dark and gets a Hex 1 banish? Oh wait, Thunder Dragon. So this card came up hot a few times where I just like banish a Thunder Dragon. It's not that it's always that good, but like I mean, regardless, even if it's not that good, it's just a Fiend Dark monster for Curious. So yeah. Oh, something I should know. I always played around Nibiru. I know this format, there's not really many Nibirus, but I got Nibiru'd round 1, game 1, and I was just like, which is probably game 1, and so that was the reason why I didn't top. So I'm like, Oh, well, I'm a pussy. I guess we'll just play around Nibiru the rest of the weekend. So, yeah. And also, I don't play the prize card because I couldn't find anyone who I can borrow it from. Yeah. I mean, it was fine. Like, okay, so the card is obviously insane. If you play it, you're at a huge advantage comparatively, but you don't need it. I only didn't top because of my bad tiebreakers. But if my tiebreakers weren't bad, I would have topped without it. So you don't need it, but it's like insane if you can use it. That's basically my opinion on it.
Does the third left near ever come up?
Oh, so you need the second leaving near 100%, but like I'll get to this, but I play 2 Melody.
Oh, okay.
So the logic is I don't want to play like 5 leaving near. So like if I were to play 3 leaving near, 1 Diabolos, and 2 to 3 Melody, I feel like I would just clog on these so much. Because you're already playing more leaving near than the second variant by playing 2 Melody. And Melody serves a different purpose as well by discarding something. But like generally, I don't want to brick, even though I did brick a few times. I also don't want my hands to clog, because one thing with combo decks is you want your hands to be proactive. And so if your hands aren't proactive, then it's like, what's the point? So yeah, I didn't miss the third leaving here. It was totally fine. I'm basically just playing 4. Yeah. And then 1 Destrudo, you have to play Destrudo. Galaxy, Serpent, and Guardragon. So I saw this card like once the entire tournament, but this card loves to be in my hand. And it was kind of like, it was hot at one point because around 11 I played against Striker, and I summoned Phoenix and used this because this has a protection effect, so if they target a linked monster, you can send this from your hand or field to the graveyard to negate it. And so I summoned a Phoenix to a Zone of Sky Striker link .2, which means it's linked. You discard this, and it's like, oh, my Phoenix resolves through Widow Anchor. So that was pretty cool, but I still lost because Imperial Ironwall plus Lancia is pretty good. I mean, like, fortunately, these cards aren't unplayable. They're just, like, not the greatest. Like, not as good as just drawing Draconet. Spells. So, I don't play Sekka. That card's bad, I'm telling you. So, the reason you don't play Sekka is because by playing Sekka, you're saying, I'm going to add more bad cards to my deck. So, like by that, I mean, you have to add more monsters, obviously. And then you just play the Ravine and World Legacy Guardragon. But the problem with that is, first off, these can conflict sometimes, which isn't that big of a deal in that deck, but it's more so like you turn 5 cards into like more bad cards, if that makes sense. So I don't know, it was just consistently good. Like, I didn't feel like I needed to add more bad cards to my deck to add a bomb. I felt like my deck was powerful enough already without it. So Lure was really good. And also just like, sometimes it's kind of nice just getting a darker roar out of hand, you know? So 2 Melody. Shoutouts to Josh. He gave me a comment and signed it. Good luck, but we didn't top. But no, it was good. So yeah, Melody's good. It's definitely better than like drawing Leaving Here, except for when it gets ashed. It got ashed like last round in round 11, but it was fine. I just played through it. 1 Reborn. This card is hot. Like, every time I drew this, it was really good. So I don't regret playing it. Obviously, Ravine. Don't play 2 of this. It's really bad. 1 Guardragon. This card was okay. Like, obviously, you just want to search it and not draw it. But it's like, sometimes it's okay. Like, if you draw Jank combo where you draw both of these, it's like, sure. But, yeah. And then, so that's like the standard spells, I guess. And the sauce, okay? So first, Upstart.
Okay.
So, I'm playing 43 cards with Upstart.
Explain this.
Okay, so the logic, there's actually a reason behind it. Actually, so, basically, the logic is, for example, when you, like, in this deck, you have cards like Thunder Dragon, so you want to, it's basically, like, 43 versus 42 is not that big of a deal, in my opinion, and the fact that you can deck thin and then activate Upstart, I feel like that's overall just better. It also just gives me an easy side out, because, like, usually you side out OG Thunder Dragon, but because of this next card I played, it's hard to side that out. So I usually just side out like Luna the Dark Spirits, 1 Upstart, 1 Melody, and 1 Mothman. So yeah, and then the last card, the spicy tech, the spice, Thunder Dragon Fusion. So this card, I don't think anyone else played it. The reason why you play this card is because, firstly, so the reason why this card's really good, first off, it gives you another out to Topologic Bomber Dragon, which is important because in the Orcus matchup, they summon Bomber Dragon and you actually just lose the match. Or not match, game. You actually just lose the game. So when that happens, you need like a good out, and Titan's probably the best out in this deck to a Bomber that was used with IP Masquerena, because like you can't leave me in your pocket. So you just activate Fusion, summon Titan, and then yeah, you just attack over the Bomber. It came up once in that scenario, but it didn't matter because I was playing Striker Orcus and his hand was just insane, so it didn't matter. But well, I mean, that deck inherently is insane, but yeah, so it also just like put in work inherently. I was totally fine with this. Like it was really good all weekend. Okay, extra deck, shoutouts, god tokens, you know, godly. All right, so we play Bortle Sword. I know a lot of safer Thunder lists are cutting this. I just want to be able to have game every single time, and in testing, this card came up a lot. In the actual tournament, it came up like a few times, but not as much as in testing, but I wouldn't cut it for the world. I think that card's really important.
Yes, I appreciate how you start your extra deck with the best card in the game right now.
Yeah. Oh no, Bortle Sword, obviously. Yeah. So we gotta obviously play Bortle Sword. I play Saryuja. This card comes up. So I'm a pussy, and I don't like. So okay, I'll just get to it now. So I play her. You're supposed to blind Saryuja, draw 4, put 3 back, and then eventually end on like Hieratic Seal, Apollosa, Hope, and Colossus. This is supposed to be your end board if you're not a pussy, but I'm a pussy, so we're always ending on like this. So I never summoned this. I never summoned Hieratic Seal once in the tournament.
Really?
Yeah. It was like complete ass for me. So, but because of that, Saryuja, I wouldn't cut this still, because like a lot of the time when you're like so you have Apollosa here, and you have all the access to your Guardragon stuff, but you need your Thunder stuff. So that's where this card's really important, because then you just go like Apollosa, and then you summon Saryuja, and then you draw 4, put 3 back, and hopefully you dig into a Thunder Dragon piece. So I wouldn't cut Saryuja, but we're never playing Hieratic Seal again. When curious, because I'm a pussy, you go into this a lot, unless you like summon Ib, but that's different. Unicorn, Phoenix, these two put in work. Really, you know, this card didn't put in as much work as I thought, but I mean, obviously you're not cutting them. And then Romulus, you have to play IP in this deck because it's a dark. So it's either this or Beat Cop, but I still play this because I mean it has just a better effect. I never like needed to link. Never needed to use a link monster for link summoning, so IB was fine. And it like in rare instances you need this just for another disruption piece. And then the card I never summoned. It's ironic because I side something to side this out, which I'll get to. But yeah, that card just was. I'm never playing this again. Like I'm so cutting it. And LP and Pisty. Yeah, Guardragons. And then Ib, Hope. Ib's, oh my god, this card is just so dumb. Like, it's not even funny. And then Hope's insane as well. Hashtag don't metaverse me. And then we play one Colossus. So, in the future, so the cards I could have, so like last minute obviously because my friend was telling me to play the Ib combo, so I cut a Colossus for the Ib, and I honestly didn't miss the second, like I never needed the second Colossus. The only time, like, but I don't know if I'd cut this for a Colossus or not. I don't know. I still have like to think about that. And then you play Titan because of the fusion. This card put in work though. It was super hot. So yeah. And then the side deck You need to be siding 3 of this. I mean, like, if you're siding Chaos Hunter, cool, but like, this is the real MVP right here. Like, this card's insane. I don't know why you would. It's an Orcus format, come on. Also, like, something I would do personally is as we got into the later rounds, unless I knew what I was playing, I would slide this in blind going second, because the matchups, like, if I play Safer Thunder and draw this, I'm like, I'm chilling. If I play against Orcus and I draw this, I'm chilling. So I sometimes blindsided this in, just because in the matchups where I was scared of them killing me, this would save me. So yeah. So the hot sauce, 3 Mystic Mine. The cards, you know, it's a card. You're just like, oh, I baited your Hope Harbinger, activate Mystic Mine. I guess I win. But I never resolved it this weekend. I drew it once, but I didn't need it. Yeah. So that was a thing. 2 Dark Ruler No More. I'm also very indifferent about, like, I don't like my side. I'll explain why in a second, but Dark Ruler No More was weird because, like, in this deck specifically, so if you're facing the Safer Mirror match, Dark Ruler No More is weird because you get put on 3 cards. Like, so even if you like stop them, like stop their monster effects for the turn, you're put on 3 cards, which means it, like, unless you drew Dragonet, you may not be able to play. So I don't know. I'd probably cut these 5 from my side. They just didn't put any work. And I like 3 Twin, 3 Reboot, because these, I mean, like, they're awesome, you know, they're really good. I never resolved Reboot, but Twin put in work. Lanzio put in a ton of work, though, oh my god. And then the last card, I don't regret playing it, is Link Spider. So you may be wondering, Link Spider? So the basic reason why you play Link Spider in this deck is because it helps you play around Nibiru. So in the combo, you get an IP Masquerena, a World Chalice Guardragon, and then you get any extender on field. And at that point, they have to Nibiru you, which means if they Nibiru, you link the token into a Link Spider, you summon LP to, you summon LP to the zone this points to, and because you use the World Chalice Guardragon with Ib, you can use this to move the LP over, and now you can use the effect because, whoa, you have 2 zones pointing there. So you do that, and then you have combo. So it's pretty hot, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
Very amazing, man. Yo, shoutouts.
All right, shoutouts. Shoutouts, I'm not gonna forget this time. Shoutouts, Team Endgame. It's me and a bunch of my friends. It's pretty hype. Shoutouts. Fucking.
Yeah, God over here.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
He got a deck profile from Konami about his Block Dragon VA strategy. Oh man. Who else? Shoutouts to you, YouTuber Squad.